coming at you. The second meeting of the season 96-97 was the incredible spectacle of Roscoe McGlashan's Aussie Invader jet dragster up against the brand new Pontiac Double B funny car of Greg Byrne and Wally Cleash. Fire and fury aptly described this pairing as these cars reach over 350 kilometres an hour side by side.
This is the Fire and Fury show brought to us by Respect Yourself, and this afternoon we had a chance to talk to Roscoe and to Greg Byrne to find out what they are frightened of tonight.
The scariest thing for me is really I like the wicket, and as you see many times, it's not very often that I can stay with these guys from the line, and it's pretty rare that I can. If I can, I know it's all over, but yeah, I'm sort of, when I'm side by side, I'm sort of looking at how straight the guys are running, and a couple of times in the past the guys have come across the centre line a couple of times, and with the jet it's very unforgiving. I've got to make a split-second decision. I'm either on it or I'm off it, and not like these guys where they can pedal it. Once I pull the lever, it's all over. Parachute goes out, as you know, so it's all over. So yeah, but very interesting racing, very interesting.
You're pretty brave bringing the car out for its first race this season against Roscoe McGlashan. You're not worried about the new body?
No, I'm not scared of Roscoe. No, I hate fire though. No, yeah, well, the plan was to run the new car straight up. So with the help of all fast torque converters and all the team at Byrne Race Cars and the crew, we got it together. So yeah, no problem.
Now, the new body is stunning, and any changes mechanically that are going to make you go particularly quick?
Yeah, we have changed a couple of things in the engine to step it up, to give us a little bit more power. So we're hoping we can run maybe 660 today.
Well, at 660 would be very ambitious. Greg Burns would then be 0.2 of a second under his record, Frank.
One man that might have some say in that is Ross McGlashan, and you can see the fire from the car. Roscoe's got it fired up. Burnsy's all set to go, and Burnsy said he was scared of the fire or worried about the fire.
He won't want to be behind that jet car.
Well, Roscoe bringing the car forward now. Lots of smoke, lots of fire. They're almost ready to go.
Reaction times will be vital here. The funny car can leave the start line quicker, but the big speed is going to come from the jet. Out and away, and the funny car has got a very good lead. He's going to be hard to catch. McGlashan chasing him and just misses with 358 Ks. Burns gets a win with a 6.8. Watch him closely, and Byrne was really on it. The car coming around on the start line. McGlashan could see that. His reaction time a little slower, and that has held him out.
Well, here's round two now of the all-important battle between Ross McGlashan on screen there and Greg Byrne in the AA funny car.
This racing is hugely popular and made even more so by the Auto One girls, I think, Frank.
It is indeed a big, strong burnout from Burns. He's certainly come to grips with this brand new car, and both he and Roscoe will be very keen to pick up the second win here.
The win margin on the first round was less than the difference in the reaction times. Both vehicles have an opportunity to win here. It is really down to the driver. Now, Roscoe's been out of the chair a bit longer than Greg Byrne, and a big flame show from McGlashan. Crew car are happy. They're going to take that down the track and get ready to retrieve the jet at the bottom end. And Greg Burns backing into the apocalypse.
Burnsy will leave first. You'll notice the funny car get out of the hole very quick indeed. Ross McGlashan in the jet dragster will be stuck there. And then at the top end of the quarter, they should be almost side by side.
It'll be very close racing. Reaction time racing. The better driver will get a slightly better start and then needs all the power they can find to hold that advantage down the track. McGlashan is serious. Big burner pops from the Aussie Invader. A J34 jet engine used on the Neptune bombers in Australia, making about 6,500 pounds thrust.
Greg Burns in the all-fast torque converters car. Roscoe McGlashan in the Auto One jet dragster.
Both in and stage now. And Burnsy with a slight advantage. McGlashan chasing hard. He'll have a big top-end charge. Burnsy may just hold it. It's going to be very close. And Greg Burns just wins. McGlashan running quicker. An incredible lap from them. Burnsy 690, but McGlashan with a 687. Watch them as they cross the line. And the difference is about a metre.
Well, this is the final pass for these two. Greg Byrne in the funny car. Up alongside him, we'll see Roscoe McGlashan in the Aussie Invader Jet Dragster.
The Auto 1 Jet Dragster has worked very, very hard trying to peg back the advantage that goes to the mechanically driven car. Burnsy very sharp on the start line, winning the first 2 rounds by the margin that was his benefit in reaction times.
Stu, Roscoe seems as though he's got a lot more power in that Jet Dragster this time round.
I think he's been winding it up a little bit, winding it up progressively. The Jet Dragster is held back on the start line by the brakes. He can only take the thrust up to about 90 or 92% before the tyres just skid across the start line. It's a balancing act for McGlashan. Watching them very closely as they come up into stage. Byrne with an advantage on the start line. McGlashan with the advantage from half track, and it's going to be a close one. McGlashan got away well. The reaction time went to Byrne, and he was happy to throw the parachute out before the finish line. Gregory Byrne a 6.9. Once again, McGlashan into the 6s with the Aussie Invader, but unable to peg back a good 0.4 reaction time for Greg Byrne.
Burnsy with a little pop-up on the front wheels and pulled the chutes early. Gets through for the nice win.
Next on Coming At You, the rained-out Golden State Championships.